You arrived at this video at exactly the perfect moment. The title you see, Think Like This and Reality Will Bend to You, Rudolf Steiner, is not just a phrase. It is the very essence of what is unfolding in your life right now. You are living this truth, even if it feels hidden beneath the surface. Steiner discovered a profound spiritual revelation. The way you think, the quality of your inner consciousness, is actively shaping the reality you experience. This is not some distant theory. It is the deep spiritual truth you are encountering in this moment. Have you noticed how your thoughts sometimes seem to ripple out and change the world around you? Maybe you've experienced a sudden insight that shifted your entire day, or a coincidence so meaningful it felt like the universe was responding directly to your inner state. This is the phenomenon Steiner illuminated. Your thinking is not passive. It is a creative force, bending the fabric of reality itself to your inner will. Think like this and reality will bend to you, describes this universal spiritual experience, validating what you are already sensing deep within. Imagine your mind as a magnetic field, each thought a powerful line of force reaching out to attract corresponding events, people, and circumstances. Steiner's spiritual revelation was that this magnetic connection bridges the sensible world, the world you see, hear, and touch, with the supersensible world, the realm of spiritual cause and effect. You are standing on this threshold now, even if you cannot yet fully perceive it. Your consciousness is not just observing reality, it is actively co-creating it. This experience is not new. Throughout history, remarkable individuals have embodied this truth, living proof that thinking in a certain way can indeed bend reality. Consider Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, whose visionary thinking transformed literature and science alike, or Nikola Tesla, who intuited invisible energies long before they became tangible technologies, and Maria Montessori, whose revolutionary educational ideas reshaped how we understand human potential. Each of these figures lived the spiritual revelation that your thoughts have the power to shape the world. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly attract success, love, and opportunity, while others struggle endlessly? The answer lies in the nature of their thinking. Think like this and reality will bend to you is not an invitation to wishful thinking or illusions. It is a call to awaken to the spiritual power inherent in your consciousness. You are not a victim of fate. You are an active participant in the cosmic dance of creation. This title is a direct invitation to recognize the sacred importance of your inner mental life. It is natural to feel doubt or fear when confronting such a transformative idea. Yet, know this: your experience is universal and valid. You are not alone on this path of awakening to how your thinking shapes reality. Rudolf Steiner offers you the spiritual keys to understand this dynamic deeply, so you can move forward with clarity and courage. As we close this first block, remember, Think Like This and Reality Will Bend to You describes a universal spiritual experience that you are living right now. It validates the subtle but powerful truth that your thoughts are creative forces shaping your world. You stand at the dawn of a new consciousness where thinking is no longer passive, but a dynamic shaping power. Prepare yourself to dive deeper. In the next block, we will explore Steiner's spiritual explanation of this phenomenon and introduce the solution you have been seeking. You are standing at a crossroads, and Rudolf Steiner's spiritual revelation offers the map you need. The title, Think Like This and Reality Will Bend to You, is not merely an idea. It is a living principle that Steiner uncovered about the nature of consciousness and its relationship to the cosmos. He taught that your thinking is a bridge between the sensible world you experience and the supersensible spiritual world that underlies all reality. This means that the way you think is not just mental chatter. It is a spiritual act that influences the very fabric of existence. Steiner explained that most people live caught in the sensible world, unaware of the spiritual forces shaping their lives. But when you begin to think consciously, with intention and clarity, you awaken to the supersensible realm. This awakening is what allows reality to bend to your thought. It is as if your mind becomes a tuning fork, resonating with higher spiritual frequencies that then manifest in your physical world. You are learning to think in a way that aligns with cosmic laws, and this alignment causes reality to respond. Have you noticed how certain thoughts feel heavier, denser, while others seem light and expansive? Steiner revealed that these qualities correspond to spiritual realities. When you think with clarity, love, and purpose, you are connecting with the spiritual forces that shape karma and soul mission. Your thoughts become seeds planted in the cosmic soil, destined to grow into your lived reality. This is the spiritual revelation hidden in the title. Your thinking is not isolated, but deeply connected to your soul's higher purpose. Consider the case of Helen Keller, who transcended physical limitations through the power of her inner consciousness, bending reality by awakening senses beyond the physical. Or think of Martin Luther King Jr., whose visionary thinking and spiritual conviction moved entire nations, bending social realities toward justice. Even Steiner himself, through his spiritual science, bent the reality of his time by revealing hidden truths that continue to transform human consciousness today. These examples show how thinking like this is a spiritual art that bends reality. Now the question arises, how do you think like this? How do you cultivate the kind of thinking that bends reality in your favor? Steiner's solution lies in conscious inner work, meditation, self-reflection, and the development of intuitive knowledge. He urged you to become aware of your thoughts as living beings, to nurture them with spiritual discipline, and to align them with higher truths. This process is not easy. It demands courage and persistence. But it is the path to spiritual freedom, where your mind no longer serves external circumstances, but becomes a creative force shaping your destiny. At this moment, I invite you to subscribe and join a community dedicated to deepening this spiritual journey. By doing so, you commit to exploring how your thinking can truly bend reality, just as Steiner revealed. Share in the comments below. How is Think Like This and Reality Will Bend to You manifesting in your spiritual life? What shifts have you noticed when you change your inner thinking? Your experience is vital to this collective awakening. Remember, the title is not just a promise, it is a spiritual revelation that calls you to awaken your consciousness and transform your reality. Steiner's teachings show that this transformation is possible, and it begins with the way you think. As we move forward, the next block will guide you through the awakening process specific to this powerful truth, helping you take practical steps to live it fully. You are now entering the crucial phase of your spiritual journey, where the abstract idea "think like this and reality will bend to you" becomes a lived experience. Rudolf Steiner's spiritual revelation guides you through awakening your consciousness to the power of your thoughts, transforming them from mere mental noise into a creative force that shapes your world. This awakening is not sudden. It is a gradual process of inner transformation that requires your full presence and intention. Ask yourself, how do you currently relate to your thoughts? Are they random and reactive, or do you begin to see them as seeds of reality, each carrying the potential to manifest in your life? Steiner taught that the first step is to cultivate conscious awareness of your thinking. This means observing your thoughts without judgment, recognizing patterns, and discerning which thoughts align with your higher self and soul mission. This is the spiritual revelation embedded in the title. You must learn to think like this, with clarity, intention, and spiritual insight. Imagine your mind as a garden. If you allow weeds, negative, chaotic, or fearful thoughts to grow unchecked, they will dominate your inner landscape and shape your external reality accordingly. But when you consciously plant seeds of positive, purposeful, and spiritually aligned thoughts, you create the fertile ground for reality to bend in your favor. Steiner's insight reveals that this inner gardening is a sacred act, connecting you directly with cosmic forces that respond to your mental cultivation. Consider the historical example of Carl Jung, who through deep inner work and exploration of the unconscious bent the reality of psychology and spirituality, opening new dimensions of human consciousness. Or think of Anne Frank, whose hopeful and resilient inner thoughts, despite external horrors, created a spiritual reality that continues to inspire millions. Even Steiner himself practiced rigorous inner development to bring forth his spiritual science, bending the reality of his time by revealing hidden spiritual laws. You might wonder, how can you begin this awakening process practically? Steiner's path involves disciplined meditation and reflective exercises designed to strengthen your conscious thinking. Begin by setting aside moments each day to quiet your mind, observe your thoughts, and consciously choose those that serve your highest good. This is not about forcing thoughts, but about cultivating a receptive state where intuitive knowledge can emerge. The title, Think Like This, and Reality Will Bend to You, is the call to develop this inner discipline. As you awaken, you will notice your reality shifting, not always in dramatic ways at first, but through subtle synchronicities, new opportunities, and a growing sense of alignment with your soul's mission. This is the spiritual freedom Steiner spoke of, liberation from unconscious patterns, and the ability to co-create your life consciously. Your thoughts become tools of transformation, bending the fabric of reality to your inner vision. Take this moment to reflect. How will you begin to think like this today? What inner practices will you commit to that align your mind with the spiritual forces Steiner revealed? This awakening is your gateway to a new reality, one where your consciousness is the creative architect. Prepare yourself, because in the final block, we will culminate with the full resolution of what Think Like This and Reality Will Bend to You promises, offering practical integration so you can live this truth every day. You have journeyed through the awakening process, guided by Rudolf Steiner's profound spiritual revelation that your thinking is a creative force capable of bending reality. Now, it is time to bring this truth fully into your daily life. Think like this and reality will bend to you is not just a concept to admire from afar. It is a living reality you can embody and integrate with practical steps that anchor this spiritual power in your everyday experience. Steiner taught that true spiritual freedom comes when you consciously align your thoughts with your soul's mission and cosmic laws. This alignment is the key to bending reality, not through force or manipulation, but through harmony with the spiritual currents that flow through all existence. You are invited now to take responsibility for your inner world, knowing that every thought you nurture is a thread weaving the tapestry of your life. To integrate this fully, begin by cultivating a daily practice of conscious thinking. This means setting intentions each morning that reflect the reality you wish to create, and throughout the day, gently guiding your thoughts back to these intentions whenever distractions arise. Think of your mind as a sculptor's tool, shaping the clay of reality with every idea you entertain. Steiner's spiritual revelation reminds you that this sculpting is sacred work. Your mental discipline is the doorway to spiritual mastery. Consider the example of Mahatma Gandhi, whose steadfast inner conviction and disciplined thinking bent the reality of colonial oppression toward freedom. Or Oprah Winfrey, who consciously shaped her thoughts and beliefs to manifest a life of influence and empowerment. Even Steiner himself lived this principle, dedicating his life to thinking in ways that revealed hidden spiritual truths and transformed the consciousness of his era. These lives demonstrate the practical power of thinking like this Ask yourself now, how will you apply the principle, think like this, and reality will bend to you in your own life? Will you commit to observing and refining your thoughts daily? Will you embrace the spiritual discipline Steiner prescribes to awaken your intuitive knowledge and align with cosmic forces? Your answer to these questions will determine how deeply you embody this spiritual awakening. Remember, this channel is dedicated to supporting your spiritual growth and awakening, exactly as promised in the title. If you have found value in this exploration, please share how you plan to apply what you have learned. Your journey is important not only for you, but for the collective awakening we all participate in. As you move forward, keep this truth close. Your thoughts are not random. They are powerful spiritual tools. When you think like this, reality will indeed bend to you. This is the sacred dance between your inner world and the cosmos, a dance Rudolf Steiner revealed and invites you to join fully. Step into your power, embrace your role as co-creator, and watch as the world around you transforms in response to the way you think.